Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, as per your respective time zone. On behalf of entire Mastek Managed Services team, we'd like to welcome you all to this 24A Supply Chain Management and Inventory and Order Management Advisory webinar session. This important session is to keep you fully synchronized with the new features and functionalities as a part of this quarterly release which Oracle provides. My name is Hardik Patel. I'm an operations manager here at Mastek Managed Services team. Today, I'm your host for this session, and I'm glad to introduce my colleague, Parth Padiyar, who's part of our vast supply chain team at Mastek. Today, he will take us through all the inventory and order management updates for 24A quarter release. Today's session is planned for around 45 to 60 minutes. And before we move to the agenda, let's have a look at the quick disclaimer, please. We would like to convey you our approach towards Oracle updates in a very simpler method. We'll be taking you through vital analysis for the 24A updates done by our experts and which will help you incorporating new features and updates easily into your system. We will also sync you on any bugs or known issues if there are any. So this to give you a glimpse on how we have created the structure of this session. So the list of new features coming into 24A, that's what you'll see that first, detailing on the features so you get brief understanding on what new features are all about. Next one, what are the business benefits and important takeaway for you as a decision maker? There are 4 components where we have done the in-depth analysis of the features which we're going to present to you today. The first one is impact level analysis. It demonstrates the impact on the end user. If it's low impact, then regression testing can be avoided. If it's a high impact, then we need to offer regression testing. The second one, which is we all are aware that there are some features which are by default auto-enabled, and there are some which we need to opt for. And third one highlights the nature of the feature. There will be certain configuration which may be required and some can be used without any changes at all. And the last one, which is the quick win, this term we simply use to convey that what is ready to use by investing minimum amount of time and what requires significant amount of time and efforts to make use of this feature. With this, I'll be immediately handing over to my colleague Parth, and he'll start with today's session. So Parth, please go ahead. The stage is all yours.
Thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Parth Padiyar, and today I will be presenting the upgrades made to Oracle 24A in inventory management and order management. In total, we will be discussing 24 updates with relating 18 to inventory management and 11 relating to order management. So let us begin with the first update. Improve processing after supply chain orchestration updates supply or demand. Here, with this update, you can manually adjust the remaining quantity of a transfer or purchase order, even if only part of the supply is available. Inform Oracle Order Management when a transfer order is closed by Oracle Inventory Management within shipment tolerance, but under the requested quantity. This is useful for back-to-back flows. You can also manage a response from your fulfillment systems when Oracle Supply Chain Orchestration closes one transfer order, but other orders remain open in the same supply order. This functionality is useful for internal material transfers with multiple lines in a single supply order. You can use the opt-in UI to enable this feature. The impact level will be medium. We need to enable this. There is no need of configuration, and hence it is a quick win. Coming to the next one, that is exchange business-to-business messages with our trading partners using GHX Marketplace. It is a new predefined service provider. GHX is available for your electronic healthcare business-to-business messaging needs. If you subscribe to GHX services, you can connect to GHX supply chain network and exchange B2B messages with your trading partners. Basically, GHX messages and endpoints are predefined, and a new simplified process is provided to streamline the business-to-business setup and in the collaboration messaging work area. It is an impact level of medium. We need to enable this. We have some configuration to do, and it is not a quick win. Coming to the next one, that is process REST-based pick confirm transaction efficiently for high volumes. When working with high volume transactions, REST resources are an effective way to create real-time transactions. However, sometimes there are issues that cause reduced performance, leading to service call timeouts and unprocessed transactions. In such cases, You can use the process staged pick transaction scheduled process to complete any unprocessed transactions that resulted from timeouts when using the pick transaction REST resources. We don't need to do anything to enable this feature, no configuration, and hence it is a quick win for us. Moving to the next one, that is for process a REST-based inventory transaction efficiently for high volume requests. So as we know, REST APIs are a great way to handle high volume transactions. For efficient processing, set the processing mode correctly using the transaction mode parameter. Choose from online, concurrent, or background. Online will be data insertion and synchronous processing. Concurrent will be data insertion and immediate processing using creator inventory transaction processes, and the background will be data insertion with processing during the scheduled time of manage inventory transaction processes. Here also with this feature, it prevents the issues or errors in our integration and ensures the transactions are completed as efficiently as possible. And we don't need to do anything to enable this feature. No configuration is required, hence it will be a quick win. Moving further, the next one is use query by example to search item categories when defining a cycle count. So as we know, when setting up cycle counts for our inventory, using item categories can help you grow items together based on a specific attributes. By doing so, we can specify the number of counts per year, as well as the positive or negative variances percentages for each category. In the define item in item category set of the cycle count definition. However, if you have a large number of categories, it can be difficult to find the exact one you need to add it. To make this process easier, you can now use with this feature the query by example functionality, as you can see in the available screenshot in the screen. We can search for category names before defining or editing the counts and variances. And here also it is a we don't need any configuration or to enable this feature, and that is why it is a quick win for us. Moving further, the next one is view improved adjustment value in physical and cycle counts. We have made improvements to the cycle counting and physical inventory processes to enhance the accuracy of adjustments value calculations. This has been achieved through the use of latest costing enhancement introduced in the 23D, that was a previous Oracle cost management feature, which includes the enhanced item cost service that significantly improves performance. Moreover, the adjustment values are displayed will depend on the different valuation structure set in the cost management. To view the adjustment value, we can check the following pages. The first is the record count sequences. Next is approved count sequences. The last one is approved physical inventory adjustments. And here also this feature provides us improved performance and more accurate adjustment value for our physical and cycle count variances. That is why the impact level will be high. We don't need to do anything to enable this feature, and no configuration is required. So hence it is a quick win for us. Moving further, the next one is exclude unreleased and completed maintenance work order demand from min-max planning. It is common for maintenance organization to create a repair work orders in advance as a part of a preventative maintenance program, or create them but no use them in if repairs were not needed at the time. Sometimes not all components assigned to a work order are used. Once repairs are completed, the work orders are moved to completed status but not closed immediately. This is done so that additional repairs can be made if required after the testing period. Also, the vendor invoices can be assigned after repairs are completed. However, min-max planning still considers the maintenance work orders in an unreleased or completed status as valid open demand. This can lead to overstocking of parts. To avoid this, a decision needs to be made on demand for min-max planning. A new option to exclude unreleased or completed maintenance work order demand from the min-max planning process can help with this. So here We will not need to do anything to enable this feature, and neither we have to configure anything. So it is a quick win for us. Next are some inventory management bug fixes in this updates, and quickly let us see. Before this update, it was possible to select an inactive location when defining subinventories through the manage subinventories and location page. However, after this update, we are no longer be able to select an inactive location on this page. Next one is, so previously negative values were accepted for the pricing picking order by defining subinventories and locators. REST sources, however, this update no longer accept negative values or zero. So we must now enter a value greater than zero. It will be a positive value. The last one is for the negative values for the tolerance percentage in sub-inventory items and locators. Item REST resources were accepted earlier to this update, but after this update, these resources no longer accept negative values. We must enter greater than zero or equal to zero. The next one is manage sub-inventories and locators on designed pages. So as we know, it is essential to consider the target audience when writing. Different audiences have different needs and require various information. Therefore, we have to understood that use simple and familiar vocabulary. Avoid so this regarding sub-inventories and locators, they refer to physical spaces where materials are kept in warehouse or stockroom. Maintaining the proper settings for sub-inventories, locators, and item sub-inventories in crucial for smooth warehouse operations. We have introduced a new user experience that enables to create sub-inventories and locators and associate them with items more efficiently. So to do so, we can use the redesigned Redwood pages that are available in both the inventory management work area and the setup maintenance work area. This page includes sub-inventory details, locator details, associate item with sub-inventory, associate item with locator, item details, and associate locator with item. So it will be opt-in UI to enable this feature. We don't have to do any configuration with this. And as you can see the screenshot, we can just visit this page by going into the manufacturing and supply chain materials and select the inventory management, and we will be having the field called configure sub inventories. Just by clicking on that, we will be seeing this page, and it will require the opt-in UI, so it will be not be the quick win for us. The next update is for restrict usage of goods pending recall counts. When your organization receives recall notices from regulatory agencies, manufacturers, or suppliers, it is important to act quickly. We need to find and remove the affected products from circulation as soon as possible. However, sometimes there are delays due to communication issues, lack of staff, or we can say increase in workload. To prevent the accidental use of recalled item, the latest version of the application automatically contains any on-hand goods identified for recall that have not been reversed, reserved, or for an open demand. So as a part of this process, the restrict usage of goods pending recall counts feature ensures that identified products can't be consumed. They are held until the recalled material can be counted and quantified. And the latest update in this 24A, unreserved material that is traced as a part of the locate program is placed on hold and prevented from being used to fulfill other demands. That is why it creates a high impact, and we need to enable this feature. We need to configure this to use this recall counts. So it will not be a quick win. Moving further, the next update is related to use Portugal shipping documents for dropship orders. To comply with the tax authority regulations of Portugal, you can now generate and print a unique QR code on your every packing slip, bills of lading, and commercial invoice for your dropship orders. The QR code is printed at the bottom, as you can see in the screenshot present in the screen, and at the bottom of the last page of the previously mentioned shipping documents. So we need to enable this feature. We need to do the configuration to present the QR code in our packing slips. It will not be a quick win. Moving to the next one, that is view open lines for receipt or put away using REST resources. So we can use receiving receipt expected shipping lines and receiving receipt put away lines, list of values, REST APIs to query and view data for your inbound shipment lines awaiting receipt or put away respectively. This new list of values REST APIs return only key data for lines awaiting receipt or put away, resulting in better performance than the existing lines to receive or lines to put away REST APIs. Here, the new list of values REST APIs are now streamlined to provide better performance than earlier. For example, certain query parameters such as document number have been replaced by purchase order number and transfer order number. So adding this parameter to the payload and removing unneeded parameters will improve payload response times. The receiving receipt expected shipment lines and receiving receipt put away lines REST APIs provide a more efficient way to query your open inbound shipment lines awaiting receipt or put away for display on your own user defined page or a partner mobile application. So here we need to enable this feature and we need to configure this. The next one is for view inbound shipment details from the responsive self-service receiving application on a redesigned page. Here, users who receive goods in the Oracle responsive self-service receiving application can now view their inbound shipment details on a newly redesigned page. If your organization requires supplier to create a ASN, that is advanced shipment notice, for purchase orders or receive transfer orders using the Oracle responsive service receiving application, then once the ASN is created or the transfer order is shipped, the inbound shipment number becomes an active link for that users can, and then users can select to view those shipment details. The inbound shipment page contains useful information like shipped quantity, tracking number, shipping method, and many more. So here we need to enable this and we have to do the configuration for this update. The next one is the absorb this level component item overheads and plant overheads. So with this update, we can use a standard cost method for valuing our inventory, and we can now use define plant overheads by using a new absorption type to absorb component overheads with a cost level set to this level. And the manage overhead rates page, you can specify the absorption type of plant level overheads, item category specific overheads, and item specific overheads. When you run the roll-up cost processes, the product cost gets calculated after including the overheads as specified in overheads rate setup. We don't need to do anything to enable this feature, and we do not have to configure anything for this feature. So it will be a quick win for us. Moving further, the next one is upload standard overhead rates using a REST service. The benefit of this feature includes enhanced automation and integration. The extended REST API's functionality enables a seamless integration with our existing systems and software. This automation not just improves overhead rate management, but also ensures data consistency across our organization. Improved efficiency in overhead rate management. With the new REST API's capabilities for creating, updating, and deleting standard overhead rates, we can efficiently manage overhead rates by eliminating the need for manual data entry and reducing the saving time. And the last one will be increased scalability and agility. The ability to define overhead rates for multiple items using REST API provides our business with a greater scalability. And now we can easily adopt and manage overhead rates across a growing range of products without being hindered by time-consuming manual processes. So we need to enable this feature. We have to do certain configuration for this upgrade. Moving further, the next one is include material overheads and maintenance expense. You can now include the overhead attached to components used in a maintenance work order as part of the maintenance expense. Let us consider an example of a maintenance work order for which a component and a resource were reported. So currently, the overhead component debts the expense accounting line type, which leads to underreporting of the maintenance expense. We need to enable this feature with the opt-in UI, and we do not have to do a configuration. So it will be a quick win for us. Moving further, use the enhanced standard cost reporting for supply chain cost roll-up. We can use analyze and report critical information for your supply chain cost roll-up in OTBI and third-party applications using BICC extracts. This feature helps us to accurately report and analyze supply chain cost roll-up specific information for different business requirements. And we don't have to do anything to enable this feature. So, and we also no need of doing any configuration to enable this feature. So it is a quick win for us. Moving further, the next one is use mobile inventory for healthcare providers. So we can now have the ability to use our mobile devices for various inventory functions as a healthcare provider. These functions include a cycle count, receiving, put away, stocking inquiries, stock issues, pick confirm, sub-inventory transfers, and periodic automatic replenishments, that is a PAR counts. Now we can scan relevant barcode data using either a camera or device-based scanner. To access the new mobile flows, click on the inventory management menu entry under the supply chain execution navigation group, as we can see in the screenshot. For example, clicking on the PAR count mobile, quick actions will take you directly to the PAR count mobile page. It creates a high impact, and we need to enable this and we need some sort of configuration to use this application in mobile. So it will not be a quick win for us. Moving to the order management upgrades. The first one is approvals work area with enhanced user interface and adaptive search. Here, when it comes to managing our work tasks, it is recommended to use the approvals work area instead of the work list. Approval and notifications work area. This is because the approvals work area offers an improved user interface and advanced search capabilities. You can filter your task by approval type, task type, or sender, or search for specific task using keywords. It is important to note that while the approvals work area is useful tool, it doesn't offer the full functionality of business process management, that is BPM work list. Therefore, it is available for setup at either the site or user level. It is a high impact for business, and we need to enable this, and there are some sort of configuration for this upgrade. Moving to the next one, that is cover assets and renew coverages and subscriptions in order management. You can conventionally use order management to renew your coverages and subscriptions via REST API. When your subscription is up for renewal, subscription management creates a draft subscription and sends a business event to notify the upstream system of the renewal. You can then negotiate and approve the renewal in your upstream system and subsequently send it to order management via REST API, along with references to the renewing subscriptions. Once order management receives the renewal, it can be sent and subscription management. It is important that it can be sent back to subscription management for processing as a renewal. This creates a new subscription which is linked to the old subscription you just renewed. This allows all subscription integrations to now come through order management as one source for all ordering actions. And we have to enable this feature. Simply use the opt-in UI. And we do not have to do any configuration for this upgrade. So it is a quick win for us. Moving to the next one, that is create integrated coverage lines in order management. Create an order line that contains a coverage in the order management work area and then integrate the line with Oracle subscription management. You can also use a REST API to import an order line that has a coverage, and then use Oracle pricing to price that line when you create it. So before this update, we could create a sales order that has a coverage line only through order import, such as through a REST API, FBDI, or SOAP services. But now you can do it in the order management work area. So for this upgrade, we need to enable this with opt-in UI, and there are some sort of configuration for this upgrade. Moving further, the next upgrade is related to use the pricing administration work area to price usage charges according to attribute values. Use the pricing administration work area to set up a rule on a rate plan that uses your customers' attributes, the subscriptions attributes, or the sales orders attributes to determine the base price for the subscriptions usage charge. So earlier to this update, they could only do this through REST API. And when you select the pricing matrix as a calculation method, you can select the attribute you want to specify for the columns, and then we can add the rules to determine the base price. So to enable this feature, we can use the opt-in UI, and there are some sort of configuration for this. And as you can see in the screenshot, in the price type, we are having three options: that one type, recurring, and usage for this update. Moving further, the next one is update a large number of cost lists. So to update a large number of cost lists, we can use file-based data import. This allows us to update the headers of our cost list, access sets, item on cost list, and charges. We can also use a single action to end date charges on cost list items, and then create a new charges. So during the import process, we can view and fix any validation error that occurs. Once the schedule process is complete, you can delete cost list headers, access sets, items, and charges from the interface tables. And we do not have to do anything to enable this feature, and there are no configuration required for us. Hence, that can be a quick win for us. The next update is manage customer annual volume programs. So manage customers annual programs to accrue rebates based on cumulative sales volume across orders. So you can define percentage rebates based on sales value attainment tiers, or you can define amount per unit rebates based on sold quantity attainment tiers. Retrospective calculations are supported, and you can define product eligibility by item, category, or for all items. And product eligibility support exclusions by items or category. Schedule the create accruals for volume programs, process to find eligible transactions, and create aggregated accruals. GL posting is also performed at an aggregated level. And we have to enable this feature, and there are some sort of configuration for this. Moving further, enable pay over earnings for customer claims. So here, settle a customer claim with a payment that is greater than the earned accrual amount. Set the threshold for pay over earnings at a customer and business unit levels. A threshold may be specified as an amount on a percentage. When setting a customer claim, and payment that is greater than the earned amount must fall within the pay over threshold. The pay over threshold can also be specified as unrestricted. In this case, there is no threshold for how much can be claimed. So this feature can be enabled with the opt-in UI, and there are some sort of configuration to enable this feature. Moving further, the next one is create customer claim approval rules using a position hierarchy. To streamline the approval process in Oracle Human Capital Management Cloud, you can create approval rules that are based on the position hierarchy. These rules will start at the specified position level and move up the hierarchy until a suitable position is found. So considering the other conditions outlined in the rule, Additionally, the reviewers can access comments from the submitter within the approval notification. So this feature offers us improved flexibility by supporting routing up the position hierarchy and reducing the time and effort required to implement the approval process. So to use this feature, simply enable it through the opt-in UI. And configuration are some of the for this upgrade. Moving further, import routing taking into account effectivity start date. In your external manufacturing system, you may have routings with future effective start dates defined. So with this update, a new attribute called effective date is added to the routing import template. This will allow us to upload a routing with future effective start dates by using file-based data import process. As you can see in the present screenshot, that is for the FBDI file, and there is a specific column that is for effective date. And both unconstrained and constrained supply plans will respect the effective start dates. This capability will enable you to flexibly define manufacturing processes in your system and have this evolution be part of the planning process. Here is an example of how we can define an effective start date for a routing in the FBDI template. So we do not have to enable this feature, and there are no configuration for this, so it will be a quick win for us. Moving further, the next update is use different manufacturing components, materials, and resources depending on their effective start and end dates. So the way that you manufacture an item might involve overtime depending on the season, varying material properties, new regulations, design improvements, expected downtime, or other planned changes. Starting with this update, you can now specify these production changes in a single bill of resources. Promising will apply the lead time for each operation, then select the components, materials, and resources that are available and that are currently in effect according to their start and end dates. So align the start dates and end dates for each components and resources in your bill of resources with the dates that your fulfillment flows use. So use more than one instance of the same component or resources in the same operation. And to use this feature, we need to enable it through opt-in UI, and it is a high impact level. We do not have to do any configuration for this, so it will be a quick win for us. Moving further, the next update is use pick pack lead time in order promising. When scheduling shipments, it is recommended to add lead time to your scheduled shipment date and scheduled delivery date. So this additional time can be used to package your item and prepare the shipment. Oracle order promising typically schedules order lines to ship on the same day that the supply becomes available at the fulfillment location. However, if it receives an availability check or a scheduling request on the same day, that it must ship, and after the value in the network model's order shipment cutoff that time attribute, fulfillment might be delayed. So sometimes you might need more time to package and label the item, arrange for transportation, or do quality checkups before you ship. So to accommodate this, you can add extra pick and pack lead time, which can be adjusted according to the fulfillment organization, carrier, and destination. So the lead time that you specify will offset the promised shipment and delivery date for each order line. So here you can use a pick and pack lead time attribute to add flexibility between the date when a supply becomes available at your fulfillment organization and the time you ship it. So to we need to enable this feature, and there are some sort of configuration. So as this was the last update from Oracle management, Oracle order management, and I would like to hand it over now to the host Hardik Patel. Back to you, Hardik.
Hi, thank you for the wonderful insights, Parth. I'll be taking over now. Okay, if you have any questions, you can reach out to the respective service manager or the support manager, and they'll be able to arrange the needful help. So we'd like to once again thank you everybody, and we'll be sending you the recording of this session along with the PDF presentations which will be available in your inbox. So, and you can access it with a single click. It will take you to the Mastek webinar page, and all the content will be available to you. And thank you very much for your valuable time today. Once again, thank you.